Hello, my beautiful, marvelous midlife women. Welcome back to Choose Your Next Yes. I'm your host, Dr. Mel. I'm so glad you're here with me today. If you've ever found yourself at a crossroads wondering what your next step should be, well, you're in the right place today. Today, I'm going to talk a little bit about the movie Ordinary Angels. There's a really good quote that was in the film, and it really resonated with me when I heard it. So today, I'm going to talk all about saying yes, even when you don't know the outcome. Let's get started. A few weeks ago, my boyfriend and I watched Ordinary Angels. It was a really, really good movie. While we were watching, there was a quote that came up, and it was said by the character that Hilary Swank plays, which is Sharon Stevens. And she said, life's about saying yes and then figuring out how. Now, I'm sure you've seen previews, but the little girl of this dad whose wife had died. So this girl's mom had passed away already. And then this little girl is diagnosed with a really bad illness, like a terminal illness. And the little girl needed a liver transplant. And Sharon was trying to figure out how to raise money. And of course, the dad has been through a lot. And so he was very negative in his thinking about how this could be done. But Sharon told him that in the movie, life's about saying yes and then figuring out how. And isn't that just the perfect mantra for this stage of life for us ladies? As we navigate through this new chapter, whether we're trying to find our new purpose, whether we're considering a new career or business, or maybe we're just trying to figure out how to leave a positive legacy. Saying yes can open so many incredible doors for you. It can present you with so many incredible opportunities. Now, when I say life's about saying yes and then trying to figure out how to do it, I don't mean saying yes to everything. If you want a new car and you just want to go spend $80,000 or $100,000 on a new car, I'm like, say no, because that car is not going to last forever and you can't live in it. You can spend that on a house because you can live in it. What I'm talking about is taking chances, even if you fail, trusting God to help you navigate through whatever it is He's wanting you to do. And if you say no when you know God's telling you to do something, He might not give you blessings later on down the road because He's waiting to see if you'll be a good steward of everything that He's giving you, each opportunity. So let's start with talking about what it means to say yes, even when it feels intimidating. And there are a lot of things that feel intimidating. Switching careers feels intimidating. Starting your own business feels intimidating. Maybe even starting a new relationship feels intimidating at a certain age. And I'm not even just talking about a romantic relationship. I'm talking about friendships too. I'm kind of set in my ways and I have certain things I like to do. And at this age, I need to find friends who have the same alignment in their values that I have, that like the same things that I do, because I can't go bungee jumping or I can't go to Six Flags and ride rides, nor do I want to, because I would vomit on everyone, because I can't even swing anymore without getting motion sick. So they have to like the same things that I do. And you might be thinking, what if I say yes and it doesn't work out? Okay. What if you say yes and it does? But trust me, I get it. Saying yes to those things that you are very passionate about, that you are very interested in. Even something as simple as starting a photography class or taking a self-defense class, which are two things that are on my bucket list. Saying yes is all about embracing that unknown with an open heart and an open mind. It's like stepping into a new chapter of a book. You don't really know what's going to happen, but you're excited to find out. So how can you apply this to your life? Well, maybe it's volunteering for a cause that you care about. Maybe it's signing up for that online course or that course in photography or self-defense. Or maybe it's even starting a little side hustle. I love when my clients figure out where their purpose and their passions and their skills and their interests and their values all mesh to be that perfect side hustle for them, which can turn into a full-time hustle. Every yes is a chance for you to grow and discover a new part of yourself. It gives you the chance to get to know yourself better. And it also pushes you to see how far you can go and stretch yourself. I told you I was scared to start a new business. There were a lot of unknowns, but I took that leap. My clients are scared to start a new business, but they have taken that leap as well. And they are so happy that they didn't let fear and limiting beliefs hold them back from doing it, from saying yes. Now let's connect this to something a little bit deeper, our faith. Remember when Jesus asked his disciples to drop everything and follow him? Well, they didn't have a detailed roadmap. They didn't have an itinerary. Jesus didn't say, okay, this is what it's going to look like. They just trusted him and they took that leap of faith. And you can read that in Matthew 4:19. If you're feeling stuck or unsure about your next move, think of it as an invitation from God to step out in faith. God's got a great plan for you. He's got your back, ladies, and they're only going to come to fruition when you're willing to say yes to whatever the journey is that he's got laid out for you. Even when you can't see the destination, and we often cannot. God hides a lot of things from us because it would be too much if we knew everything. If I had known how hard it was going to be to start a business, I probably would have been too scared to do it. I would have let that fear of failure get in my way and stop me. But he hid all of the growth struggle, which is great because I was able to struggle a little bit along the way and grow from it. I have grown in my resilience. I didn't go too fast and not do a great job. That learning process has kept me moving forward, but kept me moving forward slowly. So I'm not doing things haphazardly and not doing them well. You just have to trust that every step that you take is part of his bigger picture for you and that it's filled with purpose and you're fulfilled. And guys, when you say yes, it's not only transformative for you in your life, but it creates a ripple effect in your community. When you say yes to those new opportunities, think about how your actions can inspire others. I had someone reach out to me recently telling me that they really appreciated that I keep putting this podcast out, and they said to keep doing it. And I often wonder, is anyone really benefiting from my message? And I was very seriously considering not doing this podcast anymore. But that little bit of affirmation, knowing that God is using my message to help other people, to inspire other people, has kept me going and creating more podcast episodes. And think about your children, even if they're adults, watching you do something scary will give them encouragement to take chances and to grow themselves and to stretch themselves, which more often kids are a lot easier to get to stretch their thinking and they'll take chances. But you're leaving a legacy for your kids as well. And then when you get through the journey, which I don't think it'll end, but when you start going through the journey, when you start walking through the fire, then you can mentor someone else who's just a step or two behind you. You can help them on their journey. And Ordinary Angels is based on a true story. I mean, there's a little bit of differences in there, of course, for theatrical drama, but it really shows us that our choices can lead to incredible connections and make an impact in some small or big way. Now, this was a big way in the movie, but not everything we do has to impact in a giant way. So if you're scared or you're having all of those limiting beliefs, consider how your willingness to say yes can be encouragement for those around you to explore their own paths and contribute positively to their community, to the world as a whole. So what's your action step? Well, this week, I want to challenge you to identify one area in your life where you've been holding back. What's that one opportunity you've been mulling over? Last night, I went to Praise Team. I have not sang in a long time, but they had a free vocal clinic for the Praise Team vocal members, but it was open to anybody on the Praise Team. Now, I normally play keys, and I haven't sang in years, and my courage has been very lacking here lately on singing. But I went last night, and it was scary because there are some amazing vocalists on the team. Of course, I got stuck in a group with 3 amazing vocalists, and here I am trying to just figure it all out. I've never had vocal training in my life, but I did it. It was scary, but I did it, and I enjoyed it. So after you identify one area or one thing that you want to do, write it down and then take a small action toward it. I went to a vocal clinic. So whether it's you researching a new business idea or reaching out to someone you admire for guidance and mentorship, or maybe just simply saying yes to a new experience, like learning a new instrument or learning photography. Just take one small action toward that goal. And then share your journey with a friend or share it on social media and tag me in it. This will help inspire others and it helps hold you accountable. When I know that I might waver in my saying yes or doing something, I will put it on social media because then I'm kind of like bound by what I'm thinking or want to do. Just remember, you're not alone in this adventure of midlife. We're all in this together, ladies. Thank you for tuning in to today's episode of Choose Your Next Yes. I want you to embrace the adventure of saying yes, trust in God's plan, and know that you're creating a beautiful journey filled with purpose and impact. Until next week, keep your hearts open and your spirits high. You've got this, ladies. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.